Oh hey there, I'm the Movie Dad, and today I'm going to be reviewing the 2024 remake of Nosferatu. Oh man, what a movie! In my life, I've seen so many Dracula stories, and this one isn't too special in the story department, but where it really shines is in the execution. Now the joke here is that when I said execution, I was referring to the artistic direction of the film. But you may have misinterpreted me to mean execution as in killing somebody, just like the vampire Count Orlok does in the movie. What a silly time we have here, I'll tell ya, we have fun here. Everything about this movie feels so cohesive and dark. The cinematography is beautiful, and the sets feel real and gritty. The best part though is the performances from these lovely actors. Now the one I really want to talk about is Count Orlok. Bill Skarsgård does a pretty neat job in this one, and let me tell ya, he sure is spooky. He does this particularly spooky thing with his voice that reminds me of a fellow that I knew when I was younger named Greg. Just like the creative choices that Bill Skarsgård made for how Count Orlok would sound in this movie, Greg had this spooky, deep voice. Oh my gosh, Greg would always say these funny things like, "Should we order pizza later?" And oh boy, doesn't that sound like Count Orlok does in this movie? Now I stayed for the credits of the movie and I didn't see Greg anywhere, but maybe I need to give it another watch and take another look again. Now it almost feels like Bill Skarsgård did the acting, and then they replaced his voice later with Greg's, like James Earl Jones did for Darth Vader in Star Wars. But let's not get too sidetracked. I wanted to show you guys a scene from the movie that really shows off the art direction from this film.
The midnight hour has passed.
Oh man, look at the lighting in this. It feels all moody and dark, but it doesn't feel too dark, you know? Now real quick, I do want to point out that Count Orlok's home is in quite a state of disrepair. He could use some TLC around here. Maybe to fix the draft problem that he probably has, he could use some weather stripping under the doors or some sealant on the windows, and it might make the whole place a little bit warmer and cozier. But who am I to judge? I don't want to yuck his yum, if you know what I'm saying. And if he's happy in this place and he feels at home, then more power to him. Anyway, let's look at another clip.
Leave there your conveniences.
There's no way that's not Greg though, right? That sounds exactly like him, don't you think? I don't want to start any rumors or anything, and I'm not saying that Nosferatu ripped off my friend Greg. He even has the same deep breathing that Greg did because of his asthma. You know, I wonder what happened to Greg. You know, I had gotten a new job, and then I had moved to a new town, and he had never invited me over to his house, so I don't even know where he lived. I was always so curious what his house or apartment looked like, but he was always coming up with excuses, and he'd say something like,
"My acquaintances shall not cross the threshold to my place of slumber, lest ye become lost to wicked beasts."
And he'd invite everybody else over all the time, just not me. I'd be a good pal and I'd be his wingman because he always wanted help schmoozing over the ladies and gentlemen at the bar to get him to come home with him, but he'd never ask me to. I'm just saying I wish that he invited me over at least once so that I know where he lived and then I could reconnect with him later, but you know, I don't know. I don't know. Overall, I'd say this movie was really good and it stakes its place as one of the best horror films of the year. Well, the joke here is that when I said stakes its place, I meant stakes as in securing itself. But you may have misinterpreted me to mean wooden stakes, like what you would use to kill a vampire. You've just been movie dadded. Oh, that's a good catchphrase. That's good. Oh, nice. Anyway, that's it for me. I'm your movie dad, and remember, if it's winter, you really should shut off the water to your outside faucet so that they don't freeze. What a time. We have a fun time here, don't we? Movies are fun. Movies are fun. Yes, they are.